What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Wrestling Pages Index page, the series where we're just going to talk everything and anything about wrestling and just have fun with it, because we've got some exciting things coming up, like the WWE UK tour. Now, I know that WWE is a universal thing throughout the world, but this is an exciting time for us as
wrestling fans
and wrestling fans in the UK. As someone that lives in the UK and only gets to see wrestling 2 times a year in May and November, we sort of take the time to be like, right, what's happening in the world of wrestling?
We appreciate it when they come here. It's just,
and it's exciting to realize it's sort of apprehensive at the same time.
of course,
who's not going to be there? Who is?
Of course, we can't go to America to see it, but the reason we don't is just it's so expensive to get to go there. But don't worry, one day we will get to that point.
Definitely, yeah.
But the reason for this series, so we're thinking about the index page of this series here. We did think about doing this once a month. Usually you see YouTubers that do weekly videos, recaps on Raw, but instead we're going to do one once a month and then recap the whole month of Raw and SmackDown.
And what's coming up, yeah definitely. So what has been happening, what's not happening.
So if you haven't checked out our last video there, which was the Brother versus Brother Challenge, check that out, don't forget to check that out. And we also announced our tour of the UK, what we're doing. So what's been happening in the past couple of weeks? We'd like to start off with a kind of a sad subject with Roman Reigns. So as many of you have heard, that Roman Reigns has sadly been announced that he's got cancer, which is a very, very horrible thing to hear. And it's amazing that the crowd that was on Raw, from if you watched it, they were chanting for him. Thank you, Roman.
Anyone that's been a fan of Roman Reigns, like, and I'm like, fan. WWE's fake. It's all fake, but it's all what we love. But the people that's not been a fan, I'm happy that everyone just cut that out straight away and was like, you know what, you're going through a hard time. I'm sorry to hear that. We wish the best for you. I actually love that. I really, really do, because he's got a massive boulder on his shoulders where he has to think about, like, okay, I've got a fan base, I've got children out in that world, you've got men, women, everything that either love him or hate him. And with that already on his shoulders, he's now got cancer to battle. And with that being on his shoulders as well, he must have a lot on his mind where he's going to be like, look, I have to prove and show everyone that I can stand up for cancer and say, look, I don't need you, get out. And I'm just wishing the best in the world for everything that he's going through.
It's a very sad subject, so we'd like to say all the best to Roman Reigns and hope you get better soon. But in a more lighter subject, we're kind of see where we're going next. So I haven't covered it quite a while, but if I'm honest, feud of the year so far for me has definitely been AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. To me, I just absolutely love their feud.
It's been a while since we've seen a really good feud like that on SmackDown. As well, but there's been a lot of pay-per-views and everything that's coming up and been happening.
Rey Mysterio
in WWE coming up to the UK tour. Everything leads to the UK tour for us, because you've had the WWE Super Showdown in Australia. We've got WWE Evolution, which is actually on this evening of us recording. We will come back to that in a little bit though. Also on the 2nd of November, there's also WWE Crown Jewels,
which we're not.
And then 2 days later, they're in Aberdeen, and we're seeing our first show of the UK of the year. The first show.
Well, the only downfall about that is that means that it's not going to be. How do you put it? Like, because the fact that it's all the big events are happening, and then it all ends, and then that's when the UK starts for us.
So, like, all these pay-per-views that are coming up determine who's going to be a part of the UK tour, who's not going to be a part of the UK tour, and what storylines are still developing. Yeah. So, for example, Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella. I don't think the Bella Twins have been announced for the UK tours yet. I've not seen anything.
Neither have I.
So, with that being said, does Nikki Bella go on to win the WWE Raw Championship, the Women's Championship tonight, Evolution? I really don't know. I can't tell that. And would I like to see Nikki Bella win? There's a side of me that says both, you know. I want to see her lose and I want to see her win at the same time.
No, I really want to see her win. If she wins, she'll be the 3rd person of this era to win the Divas Championship and the Women's Championship, alongside Charlotte and Natalya. So I would be pretty excited to see her win. Other stuff that's happened, what's happened on Raw.
Dean Ambrose has literally just turned heel.
So that's pretty exciting. So that happened in the light, but the question I'm actually trying to answer is, where do they go next? Because they are tag team champions now.
Well, the way I see it, right, they could have went down a few other areas with having certain people change their aspect in WWE without you even realising it. So you've got 3 people that are going to become main contenders, or even 4 people if you want to put it that way, for the Universal Championship right now. And the way storylines are going, you've got Braun Strowman, which will be in a Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewels, but at the same time, you've also got Drew McIntyre. There's a feud growing very, very nicely between Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. And then obviously you've got the tag team champions right now at this moment in time, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. That's 4 people that are going to be main event worthy at the same time.
I do think that Braun Strowman's going to win, because then they're going to feud together.
There's no other way they could have made them break up. So if you look at it this way, right? So say if they made Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins lose that titles, and then Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre lost, they would still be Dolph Ziggler and McIntyre would still be lost in a storyline of being tag team champions.
Yeah.
So putting Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose face turn heel, and then have them tag team champions is the best thing they could ever do, because will they work together as tag team champions? Will they not? Will they have to revoke the tag team championships? It's a very good point where they can get the tag team titles away from all 4 of them straight away, so then they can move on to something different. I think AOP would be a very good point to have maybe tag team champions. They're very dominant. They've got a lot going for themselves. I could maybe see that.
Yeah. Other news, Rey Mysterio's returned. That was pretty exciting.
He's going to be part of the UK tour. We tried to find out when he last had a UK tour.
Well, they announced that he's going to be in Aberdeen, which we're pretty excited about, but then he just announced on Twitter the other day that he's going to be in Manchester as well, so we're really excited about that.
For real. Swacton, sorry. Remember, a random story, but when we were at Manchester Airport November last year, wait to fly to come home, we saw Jack Gallagher at the airport, and we saw a few of the women from the Mae Young Classic. But what happened is, when they were going through the airport, we didn't realise who they were at the time, but we knew they were wrestlers, and then when we started watching Mae Young Classic, we were like, oh right, okay, we see who that is now. Just random story, sorry.
Yeah,
just came into my head.
Yeah, I still remember when we were walking through the airport and Luke was like, Jack!
Yeah, we were at Manchester Airport and we all thought our friend Luke was actually, he thought there was someone he knew from back home where we live. And he was like, Jack! Jack! And I'm like, Luke, is your friend Jack over there? Yeah, it's Jack Gallagher!
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
we tried to hunt him down.
oh.
But anyway, moving on. So in tonight's pay-per-view, first women's ever pay-per-view, we're starting off with Toni Storm versus Lou Shinari. I don't want to say that's
Shania.
Well,
I know Toni Storm, she's Australian. I think she's amazing. She was just part of NXT UK as well. Dominating as ever. I like her piece of shit.
I do know that Lou Sharahi, I don't know what her name is, but she is meant to be phenomenal. I see all the comments on YouTube saying why she not been called up to NXT straight away. So I think that they might dominate that. Moving on, NXT.
By the way, like, amazing match. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. Like, if you look at Kairi Sane, she's came a long way in 1 year. Going from the Mae Young Classics to winning it, to being part of NXT, to winning the championship, and now she's defending it in an all-women's pay-per-view. If you don't look at someone that's worked their bum off in the past year, that's her. I would like to say, though, that Shayna Baszler is more dominating than she is.
I think it's a great match.
It's hard to call. You've got a perfect heel and face
I think
match
it's a
there.
great match because it shows you how dominant they are. It's gonna give us that to give them that platform, no one else, just them, that platform to show exactly what NXT can do.
Oh, totally, yeah. And that's a good thing. That is a great thing as well. But you've got the perfect heel versus face point of view. And we'll stop right there just to say as well that it's about time WWE had some women tag team championships, and that obviously came on to the next point of view, this match here. It is a triple threat tag team match, obviously being 3-on-3. But if the New Day can do it, then any other women in that WWE can do it as well with tag team titles. It doesn't just take 2 people to be tag team champions, as you've seen by the New Day. So with this next match, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. I like this feud. I like it. But if I would, to be honest, my favourite tag team, to be the first ever women's tag team, would be Bailey and Sasha Banks. I would love to see them.
If I would have to say the balance. Outcome of that match, I think it'll probably be Natalia, Banks and Bailey that'll probably win
In the
that
Riot
match.
Squad, because they're heel, they've got a lot more going for themselves to win it.
But who's going to win that match? That's the question.
This is annoying about Evolution, is it's getting very hard to call as well.
It is, because they're all
Mhm.
definitely worthy. It's not like it's like Braun Strowman versus I don't know.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, and you think, who's going to win that one?
Yeah.
But this, both competitors are worthy of winning.
Coming on to that though, did you not remember, was it a month ago, where they were doing WWE polls on Instagram, and they were saying, who would you like to see at Evolution? Now this match makes sense to what I'm just about to say, is they had a picture of, oh my god, AJ Lee on there saying, would you like to see AJ Lee at WWE Evolution? Would we see her at this historic Women's Battle Royal?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how many it actually is. The amount of women that's not been confirmed, I don't think. But it's a women's battle royal for.
You've got Ivory in that match as well. I'm like, if anyone can come back and do something, Alundra Blaze, Tamina's back off injury,
Kelly.
Maria Kanellis.
But the thing is with that there it says it's a future championship opportunity. But the question I'm actually asking is it an opportunity for them to actually win the title, or is it an opportunity for them just to get squashed by Ronda Rousey?
Or can they cash this in at any time? Or is there a contract for a WrestleMania? Or is there a certain time for it? So could someone win that and then put their contract in to have in that championship match on the same night at Evolution? For example, I don't know, let's say Dana Brooke won it. And then could she be part of Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey match at that same night? Or Becky Lynch versus Charlotte? Could he be part of that match on the same night? I would love that.
Who's going to win? Who do you want to win?
Uh,
I want Ember Moon to win.
yeah, I would agree with that. Ember Moon, I love Ember Moon completely. She's probably my favourite superstar, or women's superstar just now. She's the future of WWE. You can see her a long way. I love her character formation, from her entrance to her attire, to the way she acts and the way she works in the ring. She's one of the most, what would you say, energetic and high-flying superstars that the WWE has for women just now. I like it.
Realistically, I want Ember Moon to win, obviously, but realistically, I think it'll probably be someone like Asuka.
No. She's already won a Royal Rumble, she can't win it again.
She's won the Royal Rumble but lost it. Moving on to one of the biggest matches on the card.
Oh yes.
Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox. Alexa Bliss will be there, but she's obviously still in injury, but that's still to be updated just yet. I'm looking forward to that match there. It's pretty exciting.
It is so annoying though that they've sort of built it for a way for them to be like, oh yeah, no, she's not much.
The thing I find most exciting about it is the fact that you got Mickie James in there, and she is a relevant wrestler.
She was always sleeping.
Yeah, but it's amazing for Alexa Bliss because Alicia Fox, she's been around not half as long as them, but she's been around for a long time.
I'm gonna say, but I have nothing against Alicia Fox, but there's no real heat there when it comes to Alicia Fox being in it. She's like the R-Truth of the WWE. Like, I love her character and how crazy she can be. But like, it went from being like a 9 out of 10 rating match to down to like a 4 because Alexa Bliss is not part of it anymore. The heat's gone. It's not got the novelty as it has. They should really realistically get rid of all three of them, put them in the Battle Royal and have Trish Stratus versus Lita, because that would be an amazing match.
Where does this go from next? That's the question.
I hope that Alexa Bliss can wrestle in it, because if not, then there's nothing. I don't have any interest in it anymore.
But it should be a good match though. Can't deny that. I want Lita and Stratus to win.
Oh yeah, definitely without doubt. Yeah.
Moving on, we have a title match: the Women's SmackDown Championship, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte in our last women's standing match, first ever last women's standing match. I like both competitors. Becky Lynch, I want her to retain it without a doubt. Charlotte, I'm bored of her now. She's not.
She needs to heel turn, yeah.
She's not. She's the same as. I think there was someone else I was thinking the other day that plays a better heel than a face. I can't remember who it was. I was thinking that the other day, but I was thinking they play a better heel than they do a face. I can't remember who it was. Can't think off the top of my head.
I can't remember either.
But Charlotte, she's one of them people that plays a better heel than she does a face.
Oh yeah.
It's like Randy Orton. He plays a better heel than a face.
I love what they're doing though, like with the WWE Performance Center segment that they done on SmackDown.
Oh, I remember now. It's AJ Styles. In my opinion, AJ Styles plays a better heel than he does a face.
But like side story, I know we get random things that are coming out of my head, but obviously last year in November in Manchester at SmackDown, he won the WWE Championship. He hopefully should be going into SmackDown in Glasgow. Going to go to SmackDown in Manchester this year as a champion for 365 days.
And I'm excited about that because he walked out SmackDown Live Manchester last year, and he's walking in again SmackDown.
Potentially, hopefully.
But moving on, because that's a different subject for a different time.
Yeah, Becky Lynch, I want to see.
Becky Lynch,
I don't want to see you.
I think it's going to be a good match because Charlotte is amazing at what she does. Becky Lynch is amazing at what she does, and it's the last women's standing match, and that's something.
Right, can I just say though? See when Charlotte speared Becky Lynch through the screens on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Literally, just reminds me of Chris Jericho in Rhino when he went straight through the screens. Brilliant. And was it just me, right? See, afterwards when it was all over and you saw that sort of black bit around the Titantron, I liked it. I thought it went really well with the set. I sort of liked it. I wish they could do that all the time. Just it looked really cool.
And then moving on to the main event. What do we have here for the main event?
Raw Women's Championship match, Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella, with Brie Bella around there somewhere. The heat for this is amazing. I think they've done some of the best storytelling and segment doing in promos in a long time in WWE, with men included, I mean, because like that segments they had are phenomenal. I'm not even kidding you. I'm really excited for this match. Like really, really excited. It's going to be brilliant. There's a part of me that wants Ronda Rousey to still dominate and keep the championship, but at the same time I like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella's heel turn. I want to see maybe a heel Nikki Bella. You couldn't get any more dominance than someone like her as a heel as well. So there's two sides to me.
I do want Nikki Bella to win without a doubt, but to me it feels like I really hope this is not going to be a squash match.
Yeah.
They're not going to, fill out all the matches on the card, and then when it comes to this, it'll just be a quick over and done with because of the fact that she's heel. She's been giving Ronda a lot of heat in the past couple of weeks, and then as soon as this match comes, she'll end it instantly. I don't know, who knows?
I'm on the fence. I'm sorry, I'm on the fence. There's not one person I'm looking at more than the other there, because putting aside the UFC and the baddest women on the planet, it's exciting, and I'm actually very on the fence for this match.
So I am looking really forward to this match there.
No, I'm not going to lie though, my favourite match that I'm looking forward to is probably the Battle Royal.
Yeah, me too.
Just because there's a chance for someone to return there. And I'm hoping there's going to be a chance for them to at least, if they don't have the titles there and then, or at least announce a match for it, just at least announce that they're going to have the Women's Tag Team Championships. That's all I'm wondering. What colours should it be as well? I want to see comments in the section below. I should say, yeah, they're going to be pink. But I don't think they would. White would look really cool. What colour do you think the championships should be? I've seen quite a few online.
I don't know. What, you mean tag team?
Yeah, the women's tag team titles.
I think it should be, if I'm honest, pink and blue. No, sorry, red and blue.
Did you see the Evolution title that came out on the WWE shop?
No.
It was like a novelty one. It's not. I don't think it's a big title. It's just one of the smaller ones. But it's this sort of bluey colour. It's like a teal sort of baby bluey colour. That looks really cool. Should have that.
Should have that as a tag team championship. It should be inter-round.
But yeah, that would make it so much better, and for a lot better storytelling as well.
Exactly. So both women can actually cross paths.
Because it's
rather than it being like Clash of Champions.
And because it's inter-brand pay-per-views, that's not a problem either. So it's
Definitely.
Good. Great. Overall, I think Evolution's going to be very exciting. It's different. It's new. And when have we ever seen? Well, exactly. You've never seen a pay-per-view that's just got women a part of it and no men at all. So I'm excited. I'm ready for it, and it's going to be good. As of now, what we're sitting at? How many hours have we got till it? 10 hours to go. So
it's exciting because it's opening up a new book.
Oh yeah.
It's adding something to the. I don't want to talk to the dictionary, but
the WWE dictionary.
No, it's adding something to basically the Guinness Book of Records. It's making something new and exciting, which I'm excited for.
Mhm.
It's just a shame that Paige is not going to be a part of it. That's the big, you know,
She's formally going to be a part of it, but she's not.
what she would be the nice.
Imagine if this whole thing was an act, her retirement, and then she just pulls it out of the bag as like, boom, I'm part of it, I've won.
I don't know. Well,
Imagine she won it and then she went on to become Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion. That would be amazing.
who do you see returning tonight? That's the question.
Is there anyone that's not in WWE just now that should be returning?
Karma.
Karma? No.
No. But anyway,
I don't think there's anyone out of action just now, is there?
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else we need to cover there. But are you watching tonight? I guess. Well, we won't be watching live, but we will be watching.
I might just stay up and watch it. Even though I got work the next day, but it's worth it.
Definitely for her.
Moving on though, like I said at the start, this is a very difficult time for us right now because it's coming to the UK tour, and when it comes to the UK tour, we take it with a lot of time and passion, and we do go out our way to have the best of them. We make them out the most out of what we've got. But I got 4 different shows in 1 week, and that just shows our commitment to it. So when we go there, we want to see different superstars, loads of superstars, even if we've seen them before, but in a different light, either a heel turn or just experience the fun of going to a WWE show, like Seth Rollins' Burn It Down, the Joe chants, the random chants that you can create in the arena and make it go on TV, like you've seen on Glasgow show, you've seen them all everywhere. But I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, that was another thing. Remember a couple of weeks ago on Raw, Kevin Owens is in.
That was amazing.
Kevin
was so
Owens
much
and
fun.
Elias, they couldn't seriously just not control the crowd. They were trying not to laugh because the crowd was kept constantly booing, and I haven't heard that since when we went.
That was awesome. But there's so many superstars that we're going to get to see for the first time as well. Well, not for the first time, but in a long time is Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley.
I've never seen.
Leo Rush, not that he's yay, but
We've never seen
him.
Rey Mysterio. Can't wait for that. I'm excited.
Sanity are going to be part of the Aberdeen and Glasgow house shows, so you'll see them. Never seen Sanity live.
Well, I went to NXT, so I seen Drew McIntyre when he was at his best in NXT. I seen Bobby Lashley when he was at his best. I seen Sanity when they were at their best. I seen Authors of Pain as well. They were pretty cool.
Now, one thing that I found weird on Raw last week was when they were having the Undertaker and Kane were having their segment about the match coming up at Crown Jewels, and they said this is the first of 2 matches or something on them lines. Please quote me on that, because they did say something on. So my mind works away, and I'm like, wonder who could be on Raw. What the segments could be on Raw. What if the Undertaker and Kane showed up on Raw at Manchester? Now, us as fans, we've seen a lot of wrestlers that we were like, yes, that ticked one off the list for me, I'm happy. John Cena's one of them that we've never seen. We've been to 16 different shows as it stands right now, and we've never watched John Cena live once. But imagine if we got to see either the Undertaker or Shawn Michaels or Triple H again. That would be amazing.
It would be pretty cool, but very likely. I don't really like to say it would be very likely because
we get to see Daniel Bryan wrestle. We've seen Daniel Bryan live in WWE, but we've never seen him wrestle.
no, never.
So that's going
We've
to be fun.
we've only ever seen him once.
Twice.
No, we've only ever seen him once in his ring gear. That was when we went to London just past.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, true. Also in Manchester last year as well.
Yeah.
Mind you, had a little segment with Big Cass.
Yeah, well then. No,
And he wasn't in his ring gear though. He just ran out and beat him up.
that was this year.
No, that was Manchester. Was that Manchester in November?
That was this year because we thought the whole show just felt like it wasn't a show.
You don't have to quote me on that then, okay? But I think it was. Really? I'm gonna have to look over. But either way, we've seen him a few times. We were in Glasgow as well, just before Survivor
Yeah,
Series.
we're meant to see him in May of 2014.
Get to see Chris. We've seen Chris Jericho live, Ric Flair, Booker T, Triple H. So I'm looking forward to seeing superstars that we've never seen before. Ronda Rousey.
I'm looking forward to that.
We've not seen Nikki Bella or Brie Bella live in a while. It's
No.
been a few years since we've seen them live, but that's going to be good.
We've seen them just not live in a while.
Yeah. I don't know who else we're going to see, but I'm excited. I'm overall excited. I like the way the WWE's developing just now, and the storylines work and how everyone's working. It's a shame we're not going to see Roman Reigns, but at the same time, the overall aspect of WWE just now is amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it coming up.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, I guess you just know what to do. So tell us what you think of what's been happening in WWE for the past while. Tell us what you think your predictions are for tonight's Evolution. Tell us what your predictions are for the next upcoming pay-per-view, which is Crown Jewels. Obviously, we're not updated on just that just yet, but we will do a review on that next week at some point before that goes out. So anything else you want to cover there?
Just if you live in the UK and you like wrestling and you don't manage to make it to a show, stay tuned to this page, because the good thing about it, I'm not saying that we're anything amazing, but we like to enjoy the experience with other people around the world, which is yourselves. So we'll vlog the whole experience, vlog the journeys, go to the meet and greets, go to the house shows and the televised shows as well. So if you enjoy WWE and just like to sit down and watch it if you don't manage to make the shows, stay tuned, because there is some fun things coming up. Yeah, that basically, yeah. Thank you very much for watching.
And we'll see
Bye.
you soon.